Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and I am headed out on a little trip today. I am driving the 1969 Volkswagen Fastback. This is a fully automatic transmission Type 3 VW that I am proud to have here in my collection, and it is a fantastic driver. I enjoy getting in this thing, turning the key, and driving it just about anywhere. And today's destination is actually a pretty good clip down the mountains into the desert of Southern California. I am aiming for Palm Springs, California for the annual Modernism Week Car Show. So firing up the Fasty here and rolling on out of the driveway. I am looking forward to a very fun day out and about. Now it's a bit cloudy here up in the mountains where I'm at, but the weather report is saying that it's going to be a very sunny day down in Palm Springs, so I am looking forward to that. I've got my driving glasses on. I look quite smart with those, don't I? And down we roll down the mountains here into Palm Desert. Again, a little bit of mist on the windshield here as I'm going over the pass. Here, open roads, though a beautiful morning. And once I get off the hill, you can see the blue skies and roll through Palm Desert on El Paseo, which is much like Beverly Hills going through Rodeo Drive. Some fun Palm Springs architecture and stuff there. The Pink Elephant Car Wash, of course, is awesome. Seeing some neat vehicles along the road, some of these well on their way to the event themselves. So here I am, Modernism Week Show and Sale inside the convention center, and out front for the car show is a full assortment of amazing mid-century modern vehicles. Probably the most spectacular car there, in my opinion, was the one I was parked right next to, this 1956 Lincoln Premier convertible in lilac. Was an absolute showstopper. What an amazing car, and that color was just absolutely over the top. And it was a nice pairing with the blue Fastback with my matching luggage next to it. Some great cars there. Cool Volvo with a plaid interior. Lots of good old American iron. Some Cadillacs with fins and so on and so forth. Lots of fun machines there, and everything was really in spectacular shape. So this is a curated event. They take it down to about 50 cars, I believe, and then they start turning people away. You do need to pre-register for the event in order to be there. And I was thrilled that they were willing to accept the Fastback there, even though it was a bit of an odd man out in the lineup, as you can see. Mostly American iron, of course. Some fun stuff like the Metropolitan, of course. Some foreign cars as well, the Volvo, the 450 SL Mercedes as well. Definitely a Palm Springs legend car there for sure. They had beach balls that they were decorating the cars with. This was kind of a beach party themed event. They had go-go girls dancing to the music, and a wide variety of cars from the 50s on up until probably the newest car there was somewhere in the 80s. E-Type Jag, absolutely gorgeous bit of design. The Studebaker Avanti is probably a Palm Springs legend because it was designed right in Palm Springs and is a bit of architecture on wheels in itself. Love the Botel Riviera. This particular one, red with a white interior and white top, was absolutely killer. Made me really miss my green Riviera. Very cool Cadillac, some great Mopars with big fins and such, Thunderbirds as well, of both 50s and 60s era. Some other foreign stuff also, nice Austin Healey 64 Avanti right there. Some big barges of Dodges and Fords and Pontiacs and everything. Now, a lot of this club is a local car club that's in the valley out there that's very active. They do a lot of photo shoots and things, parking these cars near the architecture in the area that matches, and it always sets up for some really, really amazing photos. There's nothing like seeing a mid-century house with a mid-century car in the driveway. And in front of the Palm Springs Convention Center, which is a bit of neat architecture itself, it is really fun to see. And venturing inside the convention center today is the Modernism Week Show and Sale. This is where vendors from all over bring out their finest mid-century art and design objects and put them up for grabs. And it is indeed an incredible museum of interior design stuff as well as art, and vast majority of it vintage. However, there are some vendors that are selling new stuff as well, but all of it has that really killer googie 50s, 60s, 70s vibe to it. And seeing the booths set up the way that they are, it's a blast. Now, prices in here, well, I admit, are at gallery level. This is no antique shop when you're walking through here. If you were buying something off the floor here, you were buying a top quality item, and you're paying top level price for it, as one would suspect. But it's always awesome to walk through and see what these vendors bring out to share with the world. Let's see, some of my favorites here as you wander through. I love the Bertoia chairs, the white wire ones up there on the shelf. Those are fantastic. Some very cool arts and prints and things like that. Vintage clothing in this one booth was also fantastic to see. The crowd was rolling in. This was fairly early. This booth was really awesome with this Denver chopper there with a Honda CB750 motor in it. Look at that love seat. That thing's insane. Loved that Honda Hawk as well. Really neat 305 Dream, Honda Dream. Let's see. Anyway, fantastic stuff. These were some modern items with the vintage flair, display from Airstream with their latest retro-inspired trailer there. Artwork from modern artists that do stuff in a vintage theme. This display of Lexan furniture was fantastic. I mean, all of this was really super cool. In any case, back on out to the reason for this adventure, the car show in itself. And you can't have a Palm Springs car show without a big pink finned Cadillac. And that one certainly fit the bill. This Ford was Pontiac was a spectacular car. The interior in that was amazing. I'll get some detail shots of that in a little bit as well. Loved this little Volvo with the personal plate on it that said Bjorn. It was super cool. Super Beetle convertible here was a really nice car and a very interesting color. You don't usually see them in that charcoal gray. Super cute Alfa Romeo. Loved that car. And parking it next to that giant barge of a Chrysler was definitely a neat comparison. Old 442 convertible. This Thunderbird was spectacular. That is all original car, original paint, interior, and everything. In any case, lots of cool machinery lined up along here. The Corvair convertible, also a neat car. Big Pontiac Catalina convertible. Ford Galaxy convertible 66, I believe. And again, this big Dodge. And some of these cars I've obviously walked by before, and it was fun to see the people show up wearing vintage attire as well. Made for some great photo opportunities. A lot of the owners of the cars got into dressing with the period of their vehicles, and then just attendees as well came in period garb just to have a bit of fun. Nothing like the fins on a 50s DeSoto or a Cadillac. All right, rolling back out here. The crowd is starting to fill up. It's getting a little bit harder to get clear photos of the cars, so I've got some good clean details as I was walking around. Lots of fun stuff as you get in there and get into the photos and details of these cars. Nice tri-power on that GTO. Some more details of that amazing Premier. Let's see, Mercedes. Oh, this was fun. The go-go dancers dancing in their little platforms there. Everybody getting into the photography, focusing on the details and the design of these vehicles, which is really kind of the focus of the whole week in Palm Springs. It's all about design. It's all about history and bringing these cars out to show them as the bit of rolling architecture that they are is really fun to see. They had great music playing, a DJ spinning some good tunes that fit with the period as well. And it was definitely a beautiful day in Palm Springs. I think the weather was in the 70s, obviously nice and bright and sunny, and it brought out people in their finest. Follow me to Pioneer Town. Check out this interior. Absolutely incredible car. Look at that thing. Man, some great reflections. This is the Fastback and the side of that GTO next to me. This Buick here was awesome. White on white. How many 78 Buick LeSabres are there, white on white, that are this clean? Car was really spectacular. It's certainly not an era of car that I look at with any huge amount of desire, but when you see something that is that clean and that well preserved, it is super fun. Anyway, back to the reflections in the GTO and some more fashion walking by. Definitely a blast to see all of these cars out there in the California sun and check out all of their unique design attributes. And as I finish up here, this was probably the most fun moment. One of the go-go dancers had a big fan dancing there as well. It was super fun watching this little one get into the groove. Back in the Fastback, quick stopping in and out for burgers, and then rolling up the mountain back to the lab in the rain. And I will say that I had a fantastic day, and the little Fastback performed fantastically. Definitely fun to hop in the car, run on down the hill, and share some Volkswagen design with the folks at Modernism Week. Thanks so much for watching. Keep on digging them up and driving them. Bye-bye.